Oh lord, here we go again. Golden Kamuy rerun is finally coming back. This is probably the oldest, no, it's not the oldest crossover. The oldest crossover in GS was King of Fighters, and it didn't even have units to it. This is probably the third oldest crossover? Yeah, it was the third. Actually, no, it's the fourth one, because there was also Monster Hunter, but though that never came out to global. So the fourth oldest crossover in GS is finally returning. This thing hasn't been back since the year one. Your boy OP was a wee lad on the YouTube scene back then. I still am a wee lad, but I'm a little bit bigger. Instead of me actually being like a goldfish, and I'm not talking about the fish, I'm talking about the cracker, I am now a clownfish. So Golden Kamuy will return on July 31st at a solid midnight. PTSD, what the fuck? Midnight PST, by the way. And with Golden Kamuy returning, we have a ton of stuff to talk about. We're gonna have a new logging campaign, of course, to count it down before the crossover starts. We're gonna be also getting a unique login bonus to tie with the crossover, to do this every single crossover. We're finally gonna get the buffed up versions of Usurpa, Shugimoto, and Hijikata. These are actually gonna be the current JP versions, which they just got buffed whenever this crossover came back for them as well. So let's talk about the actual stuff that people wanna know about, the buffs, man. We wanna know who got buffed, who is the new kings and queens from this banner. Well, actually, there's only 3 units, and one of them is free and 2 of them are on the banner. But let's talk about it, man. Are they worth pulling for? OP, what's your thoughts? So let's talk about Shugimoto first. This is the main MC. He now gets 15 art gauge on his skill. He also gets 17,000% modifier on the normal art, and he a 40,000 modifier on the true art. He also gets an extension to his buff, which would increase his own critical damage by 100%, but now it's 150, and it's also 20%, and it now has a additional effect on it. The enemy is fainted by this attack, decrease the enemy's arts by 20. His ability stayed unchanged except for 2 of them. One, his crit rate got buffed from 10% to 30%, and his unique ability, which is the Immortal Shugimoto, which I guess in the game I think it's just called the Immortal, is when this unit takes lethal damage, he will revive himself with 100% HP and 200 arts. Also, upon reviving, he will increase his arts damage and crit rate by 100%. This used to only last for 12 seconds, but now it lasts for 30 seconds, and now it can activate twice per quest. Now, next is our girl Usurpa. This girl was on my top 5 who to save for in 2020. So what got changed with Usurpa is that on global, she will actually now get her buff where she gives 25 art gauge, and she also gives increased defense by 100%. And then finally, her true art did get buffed, but just the duration of it got buffed from 15 to 20 seconds, which you guys may look at this and be like, OP, isn't this garbage? No, it's actually really good because she didn't need any buffs. Usurpa was already broken. We just need the buffs that JP had on global. Biggest buff probably to her is she now has a 5-star defense slot. This just capitalized on her being the most broken defensive support the game has to offer. If you want to tank something and you need help taking something, Usurpa is your girl. And I'm not gonna lie to you guys, if you guys missed Mako, which is the hyper offensive support, you need this girl. I'm not gonna lie to you, she will help you out a ton. Then finally, the free unit that everybody can get just by doing the event, and you can also get him to luck 120. So if you're brand new to the game, I highly recommend you do it because it's really easy to farm this event. It's the boy Hijikata. Hijikata got buffed. His skill now does 2000% dark damage physical. He now can increase his on attack by 6 up to a maximum of 80%. His normal art is now a 15,000% modifier, and his true art is now a 24,000% modifier. I'm gonna go over the equipment. I usually would do this in a different video, but it's only 2 new equips from what it looks like, so why not? Oh, actually 3 new equips, my bad. First one is Usurpa's Mountain Dagger. This is going to increase all allies art gauge by 20 for 10 seconds. You increase all allies art gauge by 2 per second and break power by 30%. This is on a 40-second cooldown. This equip could be really good for you if you just started playing or you missed like Goku uniform and limbs closed. This is an AoE support item which is going to benefit you. Next is a 30 years bayonet sword. This is a 5-star physical. Skill is a 60-second cooldown. Fire damage physical for 10 seconds. You decrease the enemy's fire and physical resist by 30%. This is going to be good for any physical fire unit. So one that comes to mind instantly is Ryuko. Swick as well, that's another unit. So there's a ton of units this could be used on, but it's more so going to be a nuking item. You're not going to be using this all the time. You have the Hijikata's Clothes. This is an event equip. A 4-star support item. Skill is on a 65-second cooldown. You increase all allies damage by 25% and physical damage by 20%. This is a really solid nuking equip for physical teams because you're getting 2 damage buffs. So if you just start playing the game, definitely make sure to pick this up if you ever want to nuke in the future, like physical nuke, by the way. Apart from that, it's not really going to be used for anything else. Now, of course, I know I didn't go over the old equips, but to be honest, remembering off the top of my head, there wasn't really anything crazy from Golden Kamuy from the equipment department. The newest thing is probably like the best thing, like the Usurper's Mountain Dagger. That's gonna be really solid for some people. A lot of people may pick that up. I don't remember anything crazy. I think it was Hijikata's katana or something like that. That could have been the event item. I can always get them confused. There was a katana in the gacha and there was a katana in the event. And the one from the gacha was actually pretty solid. A lot of people liked it, but I can't remember which was what. Golden Kamuy is coming. We'll have a Shiryu summon out once we know the banner and everything. Really want to try my girl Usurper and also my boy Shukimoto as soon as they drops, and also with the boy Hijikata. But if you are new to the channel, man, consider subscribing, especially if you're just coming in because of this crossover or whatever. Your boy OP posts constant content like every other day. It could be Grand Summoners, it could be anything really. It's just whatever I feel like, and majority of the time right now I'm just feeling like GS. But guys, thank you all for coming out. It's been your boy OP. This was the Golden Kamuy crossover. Are you hyped about this? How do you feel about it? Let me know. I mean, I already have all the units. The only thing I would really be benefiting from if I want to go for the equips, but I'm probably going to lay off on the equips. I don't really need them. But yeah, man, thank you all for coming out. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe for more. And last but not least, man, don't forget to drink water.